Welcome to the Rich Flow of Life podcast. Join Valerie Kanay, the award-winning authority author, as she takes you on a journey for your personal evolution. Valerie Kanay talks to enlightened featured guests who hold the keys to unlock your unique life situation. They each bring to the table their very powerful personal spin to inspire and empower you to learn to step up your game into the rich flow of life.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Valerie Kanay, and today our featured guest is Mr. Tommy Lee. I'm so proud, pleased, and honored to have him with us here today. Tommy Lee loves photography. Let me tell you, that is his whole world, and he's definitely passionate. I'll tell you a bit about him. Tommy was born on December 28th, 1935. He is an Afro-Cuban. From the tender age of 7, his grandfather gave him his very first camera. So Tommy is self-taught. And from his love of photography, he learned how to develop pictures, capture amazing images, and put his own spin and show the world in his own unique way how he want to express his style. But you see, things were not always easy for him. He come from the school of hard knocks, and he spent times out there in those streets, even from pillar to post from one point in a while, but he always was very sincere about his love of photography. So around the age of 50 years old, he decided to get his act together, and he went back to get his high school diploma. And he successfully accomplished that, and then he went on to further his studies at the Rosa Parks College up there in New Rochelle, New York. And now, through all of this toils and strolls of life, he's here to join me today and tell me about his amazing career as a photographer. So welcome, Tommy Lee, to this program.
Thank you, Valerie. It's a pleasure being here with you today.
Oh, it's my honor.
Yes, it is, because we both make each other laugh. And usually when I'm doing photos of you, it usually be in the summertime or the winter time.
Right.
Freezing cold.
Cold.
But things get done.
So now look at you here talking to Valerie Kanay Talks. What made you fall in love with photography at such a young age? Tell me about that.
Well, I liked the style of Gordon Parks, a very famous African-American photographer. He did a lot of black and white photos. He captured the image of people, of what they look like and how they look, from young age to old age and beyond. He was a very good film producer also. I liked his style. There was other photographers that I liked it, but Gordon Parks, he had a way about him that it just made you get to him of what he does. But you couldn't take his style. You had to find your own cleach.
Oh, okay.
In other words, doing your own style.
And so that's just what you did. You were able to put your own spin on things, as I like to describe it, and you're able to take images and just bring them true to life and show them in really phenomenal ways, like you do with the work that you do with me. And so I understand that. So I know from a small child, you even told me that you used to play hooky from school to be out there in the street so that you could do taking your shots and everything. Tell us a little bit, what was that all about? Why was it taking pictures more important to you?
Well, Valerie, what I really loved in school, but there was something about the streets. And when I played hooky, I would always run into famous people back there then. Harlem was Harlem, and the streets was the streets.
Oh, my.
There was something about the streets that I can't really put my finger on, but the people and the celebrities or whoever was walking up and down in Harlem, it was fascinating. And that's like, as a kid, I would take a camera and snap pictures. My parents never knew that I would be playing hooky. Not even my grandmother. My grandmother never knew.
Okay, very cool. So anyways, it's brought you here to this point. And like I know later in your life, you went back to school. They try to pick yourself up and make good on all that type of stuff. and then you went on to start photographing people that were of somewhat of celebrity status themselves, right?
Yes, I got into fashion photography. They used to have fashion shows in front of the Harlem office state building. And this young lady who I knew when she was a little girl, her and her sister, and she opened up a company called BTE. And it was a fashion show every time Harlem Week or African American Day or whatever. She would always have a fashion show. I also knew her sister and her brother, who who happened to be a videographer. So him and we worked it together. Sophia Davis, a very upcoming African American woman who does to this
Awesome.
day still does fashion shows.
So fashion shows, capturing images of style, anything that nature, that's your thing. I know you love that. You like to see things and then put them out there in a positive and a great directional type of way. And that's what I love about your work. So where is some of your work published, Tommy? I know there's various magazines and periodicals like the New York Fashion Avenue, what is it called? Fashion Avenue News in New York?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and the Talent and Motion magazine, and then you got two other ones. What are the other twos that are up and coming now?
The other two upcoming, the CEO of that YFM magazine, she lives all the way in Brooklyn. The other one, So Sexy magazine, is run by a woman by the name of Robin Watkins.
Oh,
She also lives in Brooklyn, but both of them are far distance from one another,
that's
you
cool.
know. And Robin Watkins she's quite a bit of a talented woman. She sings, she does Broadway shows, and recently she just got done Ain't Misbehaving.
Oh, Tommy, I know that you yourself had a chance in all of your movings and motions around out there and fashion shows and everything. You've run into some A-star celebrity list people there. Tell me who are some of those people that you've famous celebrities that you've had a chance to mix and mingle with out there.
Well, I met Russell Simmons, and I also met Jay-Z, Damian Dash, Damian Wayans, Magic Johnson, Tara Banks, Naomi Campbell, and I also met Cuba Gooding Jr.
Wow.
I also met Serena Williams, Magic Johnson, another famous gentleman who is into politics. You probably know him, Mr. Andrew Young.
Wow, that's incredible. So
Yeah.
yeah, you've had quite a thing going on there with all these people. How do you feel about meeting those A-list stars like that when you
Well, to me, meeting them is sort of exciting, but to me, they're just human beings, just like me and you. To get their photos, I had to be very careful. I would always ask them in a nice way if I could take their pictures, and they say yes.
uh-huh.
That was the best thing. When they say yes, I was good. If they said no, I move away. It
Okay.
was better because it's a photographer's policy, whatever company you're working for. A lot of paparazzi, they won't take no for an answer. I take no for an answer and I walk away. That's the best way because you never know when another celebrity sees you and knows you, will ask you to take their picture. And that's the best way for me to get along with people that I meet.
That's
And
awesome, Tommy. That's because you're a gentleman. That's why you take no to be no. And I'm like you. If something is not meant to be, then so let it go. So that's a gentleman's approach.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Because most company press photographers and video photographers, some of them, some of them know that they're not, when they're being told no, they should leave it, not keep on pushing and pushing. When they do that, they want to get the picture because they're making big money.
Okay.
They make big money. A guy like me, I'm just an average photographer who takes the photo and walks away and says thank you and walk away and then go to whatever magazine that I'm working for. I give them the photos and they put it in the magazine, and I get paid for it. It's not a lot of money, but it's something for me to.
Do your thing, because you'd like to do your thing, Tommy. That's why.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what I like to
What
do.
I admire about you, no, not just admire, what I really love about Tommy Lee is that, like I said in the intro part, your life was one of a struggle, and you told me some of that, and we don't really have to go in depth into that because we don't have enough time for this particular call on this program. But what I love about you is that you never, ever gave up on your dream. Despite the hardships, despite when things looked like they wasn't going your way, despite when people even told you, oh, throw the towel in, you was able to be steadfast and hang in there, and you just worked it out and did your thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today to call you my very own personal photographer. What makes you, Tommy, hang in there and stay with your dream? How was you able to do that?
Well, how I was able to do that was because when my mother died and my grandmother died, at the age of 108, and my father and grandfather died, and I lost two brothers. Something told me that I can turn my life around. I can make myself a better person than what I was back there then. I had a choice, and I think God gave me that choice, and He gave me a chance to see that by a spiritual awakening, and I took it. Because He says, if you take one more drink, I will assure you that you won't be here to see the rest of your life. And I think that's what made me get myself together. Because the drinking and drugging that I did, I really shouldn't have done that. But I just want my life that way. Living in the streets, being in the streets, eating out of garbage cans, sleeping on the trains, subway train, buses, walking the streets at night. I had to do something. And being on a Bowery, the old Bowery, So, and I don't walk around in the streets like I'm better than anybody else. I'm just another human being struggling. And I have faith and I believe and trust in my higher power. I never like people tell me I can't do this, I can't do that. Why don't I give it up? I'm not going to amount to be anything. Those type of people who do that, I just look at them and I walk away.
Absolutely.
With a smile on my face, and I look up in the sky and say, thank you, God. You showed me how to live my life a better way.
A better way. And I'm telling you, I just want to commend you on the success of all that, because a lot of people describe success in different ways. For some people, there's a monetary value put on it. For some people, there's spiritual value put on it, just like you just described. So I really believe that you're truly success in what you set out to do in your life, because it's provided you with a sense of self. And like you say, just giving you a whole array of direction in your life. You got something with a great meaning. And I just think that it's the reason why it puts you into my path to be my personal photographer, because I'll tell you what, when I was looking to get someone to do stuff, I'm a startup, so there's probably little to no money involved. And so I looked through the, internet, and yours came up with maybe 2 or 3 other people. I never considered anybody else. I immediately gave you a call and you responded, and the rest is history, as they say. So anybody will get a chance to see some of the work that we have been doing. And I had set out on a project while I was doing my book, my very first co-author book, The Authorities book by Valerie Kanay, and I needed a very small, teeny tiny picture for that book. And this is the reason how I met Tommy Lee. And so from that point, we've collaborated on numerous photograph projects and stuff. As you can see, most of the videos that I do with YouTube and on my website, those are all his works, because like I say, he is my very own personal photographer. So whatever channels you went through, Tommy, with being in the streets, eating out the cans, and whatever had to happen, I thank God for it all, because I wouldn't be here with you today. You see what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Whatever struggles and challenges people got, you never know where it's taking you through. So keep going.
Yes, that is absolutely true. And plus, I'm coming up on a big birthday on Monday.
December the 28th.
That's right.
And how old are you? 80?
I will be 80 years old.
80 years old. Wow, Tommy, that is quite a feat in life. So you've seen and been through a lot, the good and the bad, and usually you've told me about a lot of those good times too. So I want to wish you a very happy early birthday. Be the first person. Oh, happy birthday to you.
Thank
And
you.
it has been my absolute pleasure, Tommy Lee, as this program has come to an end. I've been so happy to have you join me and just tell a bit about who you are and what drove you and how you was able to sustain your passion of photography. I know the pictures and the work that you do just make your world go around. And I know that for a fact. And I really want to say thank you from my heart and soul, because you make me look and feel like a lovely superstar. When I look at those pictures, I'm like, who is that? And you say,
Yeah,
Val, you know that's you. I say, is that me?
Yeah. Sometimes I look at those pictures and I say, she's a very famous woman. Just put a smile on her face
That's
and
'cause
she'll
you're
be
smart.
happy.
That's because you're a smart man, Tommy. You're a smart man. That's why I like it. So, Tommy Lee, this has been a really fabulous time for me, and it's been my pleasure and my honor to talk to my very own photographer who make me look and feel like a lovely superstar. So, Tommy, at this time, give out your contact information. What is your website?
My website is www.tommyleephotographerhomestead.com, and also phone number is 646-251-1454.
All right. So, Tommy Lee, I just want to thank you for joining me. And on that note, you know I love you dearly, and I'm just going to say goodbye.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for having me here today. And it's a pleasure being with you again today and
Okay.
making you laugh.
Okay, Tommy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to the Rich Flow of Life podcast with host Valerie Kanay. We're most appreciative you took the time to be with us. And thank you. For more action, go subscribe to Valerie Kanay Talks YouTube channel and like us on Facebook at Valerie Kanay Talks and follow us on Twitter at Valerie Kanay. Until next time, we love ya.